for Mobile Esports Arena Hearthstone. So, yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so this will be the second round that we're casting, and it'll be a match between Oabylo?
Oabylo and Switch.
Okay.
Oabylo has actually won.
Yeah.
One of the monthly tournaments of Hearthstone. I think it was 2 or 3 months ago, around that time. So
yeah, and Switch, of course, kind of a OG player. I remember he's been in the scene for a really long time. So this match is something to look forward to.
So
Thank you for saving me with the pronunciation.
Okay,
I had no idea how to pronounce Oabylo's name. Siguro mga 2 months ko nang binabutcher yung name.
So make sure to like our Facebook on @Mobile Esports Arena, as well as follow our Twitch on @MeSA Official, and our YouTube, which is also @MeSA Official.
May YouTube na pala.
Yeah.
Nice.
marami na ang videos dyan. So you'll be surprised. Marami ka na rin yatong videos doon. Wait, that kind of sounded weird, pero whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so Swardy, what do you think of the meta so far now that ni-nerf na yung Quest Rogue?
Well, I see the prevalence of Jade Druid again, especially with the faster tempo, as well as the Quest Warrior.
Yeah, so for sure. With Quest Rogue gone, siguro yung mga control decks, yung isang threat nila is just Jade Druid now, and we can see that for sure from the recent DreamHack Valencia tournament. I think it's still ongoing, where it was so common to see Jade Druid sweeping the whole thing. But that was in a last hero standing format, so I'm interested to see how things will go in this Conquest tournament.
So, yeah. Wait. So anyway, Mobile Esports Arena is, we have a tournament from Vainglory, Clash Royale, and Hearthstone every Saturday of every month. For Hearthstone, the prize pool is 15,000 for the first placer, and first runner-up gets 10,000, and second runner-up gets 5,000. So lots of money to go around in our local esports scene.
We're doing our best to kind of make the Philippine esports scene a bit more active, a bit more inclusive, and these tournaments are very easily accessible to everyone. So if you guys are watching and you feel like, hey, I can join this, I can beat these guys, then go ahead and participate. Every month we have Hearthstone, and as Sardi mentioned, every other week some different stuff as well. So we're just waiting for our players to get ready.
So I heard you were casting at the Pattaya Major.
Oh yeah, okay.
Tell us about that.
That's so hype, yeah. The Thailand Major in Pattaya will be July 27 to 30, and hopefully I just get to take this chance to plug, guys. Please tune in. It's the only Hearthstone Major for Southeast Asia region this year, and I will be casting along with some bigger names, Raven and Sottle and Jackson Davey from Australia.
And this is my first Hearthstone cast. I'm already casting with such a world-class talent.
Char.
extra nerves for me.
Okay. Bola cast. Let's go. Nah, it's fine. I mean, the good thing about the Hearthstone community is that anyone can start out, even with, I mean, if you're just not that well known, it's fine as long as you have experience with the game, you can talk about it and just connect. I mean, in Southeast Asia, the scene is, I guess, not as prominent as it is in Europe. So that means more people can get opportunities easily. So yeah, really glad to be here. And looks like we're gonna head into the match now. So Switch has what seems to be a Murloc mid-range paladin.
Yeah.
I'm interested that there's both Divine Favor and Stonehill Defender. You don't always see those cards in the same list. So Oabylo now queuing up his own paladin, which has a Hungry Crab. Interesting deck choice.
Perfect against the Murloc. Well, they did know the deck list of their opponents in advance, pero I mean not really in advance, since well, he just felt it out maybe that he wanted to play that Paladin versus Paladin matchup first.
So Oabylo very smart on the queue, getting probably the best deck that he's trying to target. And Switch here, not much to do on turn 1, but at least he has his Hydro for turn 2. Wow, instead choosing to reinforce, and I guess this is in respect of the Hungry Crowd that he knows is in Oabylo's deck.
They're leading each other, they're just feeling each other out at this point. Both pinging at the very first turn.
Yeah, I'm interested when Switch plans to play his Murlocs though, because if he keeps hero powering, then cards like Cold Light Seer will have not much of an effect, and eventually he has to play the Murloc anyway. So I feel like it might be better to try and get the Hungry Crab out of the way.
True,
but
true.
at least he has things to do on this turn, like the Stonehill Defender, and not the best choices. You never want to take Mogushan Warden.
Yeah, you really. But I think they were recently talking about how the Stonehill Defender is less likely to get the Paladin legendaries now.
Really? Was that
Yeah,
something
they
in
were
the patch?
they were talking
Okay.
about it like recently with the recent patch of the
I-
Frozen Night preparation.
I actually, was it in the patch notes? I
No,
didn't
it
hear
wasn't in
about
the
it.
patch notes, but it was it was
So-
it was on Reddit, so everyone was talking about
Interesting.
it.
There's like a conspiracy
Yeah,
patch. That might be.
exactly.
Alright, so Switch now getting the Murloc Tidecaller off the top. Might be that he wants to play 3 Murlocs this turn, or if he's sticking with his plan of waiting out the crab, then he could just play the Mogushan Warden. But personally, I'd like to see him go wider on the board. It seems that his list is more aggressive than oabylo's, but then
he is going for the
he
wait,
is
wait.
gonna go.
He was thinking about it, but
Yeah.
he still has time, so no
He's-
rush for it on that side.
So if he decides to play Murlocs, I guess you start with Tidecaller, then you go Chum and Hydro, or you could go with Tidecaller and Cold Light, but then I prefer to go wider before you play the Cold Light to get more value.
True. Plus he's already expecting one of them to get hungry crabbed at this
Yeah.
point. Hungry crabbed.
So it looks like he'll go for Hydro Hero Power if it's gonna be in this order. If he gets something like Getaway Kodo, maybe he wants to play it now
Oh,
while he
okay.
has a taunt.
There we go.
Yeah.
Perfect read on that. Getaway Kodo is indeed the option for him.
Okay, but just gonna take it slow here. So oabylo now, he's not playing UK Paladin, right? That Dread Corsair came from the Stonehill.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
this
yeah.
is just a mid-range Paladin. But it is looking very, very good here. Comes down for free because of the True Silver synergy. And now he gets to clear both of these recruits and be very solidly ahead on board. So now, I'm wondering what Switch is hoping to do. He has the faster deck, but has been playing really, really slowly.
Yeah, he's playing more reactively. Pero like as you were saying that you want him to try and build the board as soon as possible.
Yeah, because the more time he gives oabylo, the more time oabylo can draw into what probably is like an equality in the deck. I mean, if he has Aldar and Drake, I assume that it also has those kinds of board sweeps. So now Switch can go for 3 Murlocs plus Getaway Kodo. He can go for Tidecaller plus Rockpool, get the value trade on the 1-3.
Oh, let's see how he does decide to go about doing that. But at least with the Getaway Kodo, he'd generate more resources for him down the line, which is
Yeah, that's something.
still something.
So I'm guessing it'll be Tidecaller and Rockpool, and I don't know if he wants to trade into the 3-3 or get the value trade on the 1-3. But he definitely has to start wrestling this board
And
back.
there we go.
Otherwise,
He is roping now, so he really has to make a decision as soon as possible.
so it is going to be the Rockpool, and he takes not the value trade, but something that gets him ahead on board at least. But no, just gonna go for hero power here, which really surprises me. So that means
With
he's
the hero
floating more
power, he
mana.
doesn't want to play that Getaway Kodo as well. So since he doesn't want it to proc on that Silver Hand recruit,
So I'm trying to see what Switch's game
yeah,
plan
I'm
is
trying
here.
to figure it out as well. He's
Maybe-
playing so defensively right now. Doesn't feel like he wants to show what kind of deck he has, but I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I
it's
mean,
pretty weird
The
for
deck
me.
lists are open. Well, Spike Ridge off the top is an insane draw, so now he has something quite strong to do this turn. Yeah, I think if he didn't draw that, then he might have decided to go wide that turn with the Tidecaller, Grinscale, Cold Light.
And just like that, Switch is looking like in a good spot at
Yeah,
this
well,
point.
there's
Still
a
on
hungry
the board.
crab,
Oh
man.
yeah, but at least like
Nom,
compared
nom,
to
nom.
before,
Yeah.
kind
Oof.
of.
That's a heartbreaker for Switch, but he knew it was there for some
Yeah.
time now. So oabylo doing that for sure, and now he's deciding what else do I do this turn. I don't mind just playing a Gentle Megasaur for tempo. It's just good on board. You could also kill this 2-6 by trading both of the minions in. I guess it's worth it to kind of prevent another buff card from going down.
So let's see.
If he really wants to, he could Aldar it to preserve his taunt minion, but instead just decides to trade one minion in. Okay, so Switch now, based on his previous game plan, I guess he wants to play Curator now if he's just playing really slowly.
Yeah, he's playing pretty slow right now. Yeah, so there we go. That is exactly what he does go for. and he will trade down towards that Stone Hill Defender.
So we see that there's no dragon in his list. I was wondering if there might be a Deathwing. That's something that's a bit more common in these faster Paladin lists. But confirmed, no Primordial Drake, and so he's playing the faster deck. And oabylo can now coin out Tyrion if he wants to. That seems like a really, really strong turn in my opinion. And then just probably cut down the Gentle Megasaur.
But he does decide to go for that War Leader and goes into the Megasaur. So
Okay, so that's only for one buff. I wonder
one,
why.
yeah, he only buffs one minion. So.
I guess you take health here. Yep. I'm not sure how many Murlocs he runs, but it never feels good to play War Leader naked without
Yeah.
it buffing something else.
And afterwards getting the Gentle Megasaur, just buffing one minion
Yeah.
as well.
But I felt like it was a good time to coin Tyrion, but still oabylo seeming very strong and ahead on board here. So switch, I don't know when he plans to go wide, but this must be the turn, right? So alright,
Yeah.
so Tide Caller he can
He has waited long enough.
yeah. Can go Chum, Rock Pool, and Gentle Megasaur. Or alternatively he could go with more small things and then play the Cold Lights
Megasaur
here.
maybe down
And then-
later, maybe
yeah.
later. down
But
the
we
line.
see that there's an equality plus Primordial Drake in hand from oabylo. However, he can't play them on the same turn. So Switch has to find a way to take advantage of, that one turn window.
Of that delay. So let's see.
Thinking it might just be Rock Pool, Vile Fin, and Cold Light. That puts the most health on board, and in that vein, it's more likely that you'll have a lot of Murlocs to survive next turn,
Yeah,
and then
true.
he can Gentle. So it looks like he's gonna go for that.
She's just playing in preparation towards the Primordial Drake.
Yeah, so this puts Switch in a position where if he top decks, for example, Murloc War Leader, then he plays that and then gets Wind Fury with Gentle Megasaur. He could just one turn oabylo. So I can see the game plan from Switch here, but we see that the War Leader is not in hand yet. So
Maybe he top decks it and then suddenly becomes a one-sided game.
yeah. So, bit of a bug with the spectator, but it looks like oabylo just decided to play Tyrion. Makes a lot of sense. Next turn he can go for the Quality Coin Drake. So I wonder what Switch drew off the top. It's his own
there.
Tyrion, but looks like this is gonna be a Gentle Megasaur turn. Probably play the Bluegill first.
You can play double Bluegill into the Gentle Megasaur.
Yep. Or
No.
just this in Hero Power. I'm thinking he wants to get Poisonous. War Leader off the top would have been insane here. Can
Gets
take
Wind Fury.
Divine
Divine Shield
yeah.
to better deal with the Tyrion.
Yeah, if he wants to clear the Tyrion now, or he could go health and just try to have the most stable board. However, Divine Shield is stronger against equality, so yes, I definitely like this. So I'm not sure if he wants to clear this Tyrion because it's gonna take 4 attacks at the minimum.
So much attacks, yeah.
So if he wants to do that, I guess you trade the 1/5 and then the 2 attack minions rather, and then can go face with the 3/6. But no matter what's happening, Switch is gonna get equality to death here.
Yeah, and with the Divine Shields traded for that Tyrion, yeah, it's still gonna be a clean board clear
Yeah,
for oabylo.
Definitely keeping the Kodo for Tyrion, but this is gonna be quite a big sweep here from oabylo. He'll be able to clear everything except the 1/1, I believe. So you bump the 3/6 with your War Leader, Equality, then Coin Drake. Seems very, very clean.
Yeah. So control now once again sweeping over to oabylo side, switching over to oabylo side.
Yeah, and this is not unexpected, I would say, if you have a slower Paladin list like this and you get to that turn where you have the board clears. What Switch's game plan was to have more early pressure, but he just missed out on it out of fear of the Hungry Crab, I believe. So
And
kind of
it was okay delaying it a bit, but he delayed it way too much.
yeah.
Like his second turn, third turn was still acceptable, but 4 turns and beyond, he still. When did he start playing those Murlocs? Turn 6, turn 7?
Yeah. To be fair, he had like a big burst of them and made them very sturdy with the Cold Lights here. But yeah, that just gave oabylo enough time to draw into his equality.
Maybe.
So Switch is not out of it yet because Tyrion and Kodo is a very powerful combo. So oabylo going for this Dirty Rat now. I'm not sure what he wanted to pull out, or maybe exactly that taunt that Switch got off of the
Stonehill.
Yeah, just to be able to have something to proc off with to proc the getaway Kodo. And it's a very smart play because like if he had already seen the Stonehill minion, then playing the Dirty Rat doesn't really do much because it's not like he could have killed a minion behind Tyrion's taunt.
True.
So now there's a Sunkeeper Tarim, and I don't think he really wants to play that because oabylo has too many small minions that get buffed. So I'm expecting to see Bluegill plus Divine Favor.
Yeah. Like, and the Sunkeeper will be like one of his last trump cards down the line, especially if he really starts losing board control.
Yep. So Switch gonna get a 3-mana Nourish here. What's it gonna be? Ooh, Finja could be something. Finja followed up by War Leader and Tarim is a really powerful combination. So I expect just to see Finja here and Tyrion trade into the 4/6.
Yeah, that seems like the very best turn for Switch at the moment. So let's see. Only equality on oabylo at this moment. So
Yeah.
that Finja won't really be threatened unless he picks up another board here.
Yeah, something like Consecration or Wild Pyro. So fortunately for oabylo, he can clear the Mogoshan this turn, so that means Switch will not get his Tyrion back. Oh, is he gonna do it in this order though? That's a blunder.
Ooh.
I think he needed to clear the Mogoshan first.
Oh, he totally did not see that coming.
Yeah, that plays
Yeah, there we go. That was a mistake indeed, Mr. oabylo.
plays badly into Getaway Kodo and even more so Redemption. So that's quite a blunder from oabylo here, but he's gonna shake it off and just play the Gentle Megasaur, hope to get some really good buffs on these.
Twitch chat probably went up in the flames at that play.
Alright, so Divine Shield, not quite the best. I think he might have wanted attack here because he knows that Switch's deck doesn't have wide board clear, so the attack on the Murlocs is actually super threatening. But at least this way he's able to take some value trades and clear everything except Finja. So now Switch, really awkward for him. Actually, no, he just puts the Ashbringer into the Dirty Rat and then he value trades into the 1/1 with Finja, I think.
And then he can play Hydrologist as well as Tyrion if he chooses to.
Yeah, I think depending on what comes out of the Finja, he might want to play War Leader.
Oh.
But it seems very awkward to play Sunkeeper Tarim here with so many small
Yeah, that
minions.
is definitely not the play for Switch.
Definitely want to see the Finja attack here first. Well, he could go War Leader and then Finja into the 5/4 to get the most damage off the board right now. But that means he won't be able to play Tyrion. So I'm thinking it just, Finja into the 1/1 first.
The safer play, I guess.
And it's, ooh, a War Leader.
A War Leader, wow.
Damn. Okay, so the way War Leader interacts with Sunkeeper Tarim is pretty unfair because it sets it to 3/3 and then you still get the buff on top of that.
Oh, okay.
But it's still not something you'd play this turn because of oabylo's wide board. So I think
maybe later when he gets more board control
Tyrion and
in there.
Hydro for sure. And imagine if oabylo just cleared the Mogoshan here instead. That would not be a Tyrion
that would
on
have
board.
been probable, but then he doesn't actually go for the Hydrologist. Yet another safe move from Switch. He's been playing conservative the whole game, so I guess it makes sense.
So oabylo has Equality Consec, which is enough to go past the War Leader buff because War Leader only buffs for 1 health, so everything goes to 2 maximum.
There we go.
So that's quite a godsend draw for oabylo,
that
I would
top
say.
draw.
Yeah.
Exactly what he needed. Equality was already there. He just needed one more out of his board clears. And
Yeah, and I don't know if Switch runs Consecration, but if he has it, he really needs that card. I don't see him coming back it from any way here.
yeah, that was very unfortunate. Looked like Switch was turning around the game in throws, but oabylo getting the RNG blessing.
Yeah, looks like Switch will just have to go wide here and hope that oabylo isn't able to clear everything, and then maybe he gets a good Tarim down, but I don't know if it's enough. So I'd like to see Hydro, Hero Power, and the Secret. You don't want to play War Leader on a turn when you're not attacking. So,
Exactly. He just
Redemption,
goes
not
for
the
the
best,
redemption.
but, I mean, he has
he didn't really have the best choices. at that time. So
I'm pretty surprised to see the war leader here actually because those 1 health maybe? Oh, I mean, I feel like you definitely hit the 5-1.
yeah,
if you're
hit
doing
the
it this way.
5-1.
But is he dead on board? Not quite, yeah. So, well, oabylo could clear the war leader even without the 5-1 because of his own weapon.
He
But I
gets
feel
it.
like, yeah, Switch just didn't have much to do there. So, oabylo's 1 off lethal, I think.
1 off.
Yeah, with the consecrate. So, he should kill the war leader. He first tested for noble sack there. That seemed really automatic. I'm not sure if he wanted to do that right away. But if you're testing for noble sack, then it doesn't make sense. So.
There we go. So does go for it. Gets the redemption.
Yeah, a bit awkward there, but I feel like consecrate is fine here. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not getting much better.
Just get the extra board control just to guarantee. Switch is really running out of cards here. Just the Sunkeeper Tarim, which is still a very bad play for him. Anyway, you look at it.
Pretty unfortunate.
What card can Switch draw at this point to turn it
Is
around?
there a consecrate in the deck list? I feel like that would
And he
be-
gets a gentle Megasaur, so I think this
So
is
hero power, get taunt, not enough. Yeah.
that's just 2 minions, and he has 5 as well as that gentle Megasaur still on the board, which deals a
So-
lot of damage.
So it's gonna be Tarim to buff opponent minions or Riot? No. Nah, I mean, this is the
Well,
best
he does
you
get
could
the
do.
taunt. He
Yeah.
gets the taunt at least.
It's not enough, I believe.
Yeah. No, doesn't even get the taunt. He knows it's done, so.
Yep, so that's gonna be game 1 going to oabylo.
And there we go. Victory is yours.
Despite that blunder with the Tyrion, that
Yeah.
consecrate off the top just made things too impossible for Switch.
I think Switch was second guessing his moves way too much. Like he was really trying to think too much. Like, because that was like, he had so much Murlocs in hand from an early point, but he chose not to play them.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what's the correct way. If you feel like your opponent definitely has a hungry crab, then I guess you kind of try and avoid it in the early games to play Murlocs, but then that just means you have so much stuff clogged up in your hand, which
Yeah.
is not as good later on because oabylo had time to draw both of his equalities. So kind of unfortunate for Switch there that the hungry crab was there and he had no way to play around
Yeah,
it.
true.
So-
It was funny that they were just mirroring each other's moves. They pinged, and then they played the Stonehill Defender. And then it was like Switch was playing right into Wabilo's hands.
Yeah, that's something you're kind of forced to do as an aggressive deck sometimes when your opponent has these board sweeps. You kind of just have to dump your hand and pray that there's no equality, but
And
wasn't
sometimes, yeah.
in Switch's favor this time. So that's game 1 in the books.
So we'll take a short break before game 2, or probably not. No short break. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah. Well,
We're just gonna wait for these players to queue up their next decks.
So yeah, while we're at it, go like Mobile Esports Arena's Facebook page at Mobile Esports Arena, as well as on Twitch at MeSA Official, and on YouTube at MeSA Official as well.
Alright, all our social media out of the way. Now it's game 2 with oabylo's Jade Druid and Switch queuing up the aggressive Murloc Paladin again.
Once again,
And I'd say that the Murloc Paladin is heavily favored in this matchup.
unless he actually plays conservative once again, which
Yeah,
is
and
unlikely.
Wow, oabylo kept the Feral Rage there, that blows my mind. I never keep Feral Rage against aggressive decks. Like, Innervate makes sense because you're trying to... Innervate is a cheat card,
Yeah,
you know?
true,
Like,
true.
it gets you get ahead against
The
aggressive decks.
tempo, but yeah, Feral Rage would not be the answer for him. So.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you really, really wanted an answer for Murloc War Leader, which is the most threatening card from the aggressive Paladin.
And there we go. Very good start for Switch.
Yep. Double 1-drops into 2-drop into Divine Favor for at least 3 cards, I think, the way that this is looking. Oh, okay, so oabylo actually, man, he chooses to pass up on the Aya here. I don't know, I like playing the Aya really early. And now you have double Innervate in hand. Don't know when it gets better. So Switch, just gonna play Hydro, not much of an other choice.
And if Wabilu plays another conservative turn, then that Divine Favor is just gonna get a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like as a Jade Druid, one of the ways that you beat
A
aggressive
fast deck.
deck is either by having all the removals, so like double Wrath, or you get a really early Jade train, and Aya on turn 2 is just such a cheat.
And
Yeah.
he passed on it, and there we go. He could have still done it at turn 3. That still wouldn't have been a bad move, I think.
I don't think so, but yeah, I mean, but then that way he would have floated some mana, so I'm not sure what oabylo was waiting for, but I see this Wild Pyro in hand, and that means he actually has the anti-aggro Jade Druid, which is not something that common, but I believe this deck runs Moonfires and Acolyte of Pain, so maybe he's trying to hold out for a really good Wild Pyro turn. So now Switch just can go wide and is feeling pretty solid here. So oabylo can have a full board clear with the Pyro, Innervate, Wrath, I believe, but then that would kill his own Pyro.
And there we go. He is going for that move.
I mean, I feel like he kind of has to.
Yeah, at this point,
This stuff is getting too threatening if a gentle Megasaur were to come down.
really getting out of control.
Yeah. So he should Wrath the 2-3. He could Wrath for draw, but then it won't clear the whole board. And he could innervate the Jade Spirit here just to have something ahead. Oh no, my bad, this is much better. Yeah, just do the draw and then Hero Power here and save the innervate. So now Switch has nothing to do. Okay, Vilefin
And ping.
Hero Power Redemption. That feels bad, man. He could.
Yeah, you don't want a redemption on that,
He could-
on those minions.
He could technically Vilefin and Divine Favor for like as an Arcane Intellect, but this seems just a little bit better. Maybe get a better Divine Favor next turn. So now oabylo can go Jade Spirit and Earth
Just
and
go for the
Scales.
hero power
Wow.
and just trades down onto the.
Okay.
At least he procs the redemption.
Playing super duper slowly, but
At least he gets that. The redemption proc on the 1/1 is.
normally I don't hate this kind of play because the Paladin seems really behind, but knowing that there's a Divine Favor in the list, I feel like there's not much point to holding the Innervate. It's not like you need a huge Gadget Zan in this kind of matchup.
Yeah.
You just want to have the board. So now Switch can actually only play Divine Favor and nothing else if he wants to play Divine Favor.
Yeah.
So that's a bit unlucky. So I guess he might go for a War Leader instead. Take some value trades, hero power up.
At least put some threat on the board as well. But
Okay, True Silver means that he can go War Leader Divine Favor next turn, so that's fine.
oh yeah.
So now, oabylo will get a very strong Aya, it seems.
Aya or Behemoth? What do you think?
I always prefer to play Aya first in an aggressive matchup.
No,
And
but he
even-
does go for the Behemoth.
Even in most slow matchups, just getting Aya as soon as possible, it's like a cheat because it's double Jades.
Oh, yeah.
And it makes all your future Jades better. Whereas if you play a one Jade card, like Jade Behemoth, then
You just
Aya
want one.
becomes slower, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I guess he just didn't want the Aya to just straight up die to the True Silver, so now it's a bit more awkward for Switch to deal with the board. So looks like it's gonna be the second War Leader. That seems fine. Like,
Another war leader.
I mean, it's so difficult for Jade Druid to deal with.
Oh yeah,
these
they don't really
minions.
have the perfect removal.
It's Wrath and Swipe, and for oabylo it's only gonna be Swipe. So I'd like to see the War Leader come down.
Just generate more card draw for him as well.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
With Divine Favor, it's always kind of a gamble. How long can I hold this with my opponent not
Really
playing too
burning
many
any
cards?
cards, yeah.
But I do like just getting super ahead on board here, so that will force oabylo to have a reactive turn. I don't see any reason to trade this. Yeah, take the 5 to face.
And Swipe won't really do that much against that board. Maybe just take out
Just the
one,
War Leader.
one war leader.
And because of the way the buff works, like the 5/2 will turn into a 3/2. Like it still retains its health for some reason. Wait, my bad. Wait. Okay, forget what I said. That happens in some worlds, but okay, if it heals back to its full health, then it actually doesn't lose the buff.
And Divine
But-
Favor is definitely the play here for
Yeah, True
Switch.
Silver Divine seems good.
Yeah, I think he can even just play Divine, see what he draws, then figure it out from there.
I prefer to take the extra draw by playing True Silver first.
Now there we go. You see, just seeing what he gets first from that draw. He gets
Okay, at least
ooh.
something to play. And these all are bad. I guess you take Wind Fury.
Just to get that extra damage. Well, opponent only has 13 life, so...
Yeah, if the 1/1 lives, then Taram makes it 3/3 that has Wind Fury, so that's something.
Yeah, if he does decide to ignore that harmless
Oabylo,
1/1 Murloc.
please innervate the Jade Spirit. Okay, I know. Okay.
Yeah, he takes out the Murloc and...
Okay. Giving respect to the Wind Fury, but man, that innervate has been sitting in hand for so long now. I
Yeah.
feel like it's been playing super slow. So, probably Spike Ridge Seed or Tyrion.
Spike Ridge Seed or Tyrion. I like the Tyrion more.
Yeah,
No,
same.
it's not, you don't get that much value.
Yeah, the Steed just allows you to clear the 3/6, but I don't see
No.
that, like, there's not a big problem with leaving the Jade Druid minions up as opposed to Murloc Paladin. When you leave minions up to the Murloc Paladin, they have so much buff, but Jade Druid, it's just like, they're mostly as is except for the Earthen Scales, so
Yeah, true.
it has to be Aya this turn, right? Aya, Jade Spirit with the Innervate and the Scale. I mean, yeah, he can play all of that.
With the Innervate.
He might not Innervate here,
Just yet.
or might not Scales, but I
There you
really
go.
like going wider on board with the Jade Spirit, because he has so much source of card draw that he doesn't need to save the Innervate for a gadgets anything.
True.
I don't mind holding the Scales, because it just doesn't do much here, but he might... Oh, never mind. He actually has to play it to stay alive, so yeah. I didn't realize he was
He was
at
on
11,
11, yeah.
so...
He's getting really low already, but...
Trade with the 2/2. I'm not sure what that's playing around. Is there Consecrate in Switch's list? We actually didn't see it.
We didn't actually check the deck list, so... You don't really know.
So, just Tyrion, go face. Seems good.
Tyrion face. Seems like a paladin move.
If he decides to play Taram, he should take a value trade first. Although, I prefer to get that 7 to face. He's at 26. I don't
Yeah.
think he's too scared of the Jade Druid board.
The 7 to face at this... At that much life on your opponent, it's very hard to turn down.
Another play could be like True Silver, Stonehill, Hero Power, so he can clear a 4/4 and put more stuff on board for Tarim. But I think if you're doing that, Tyrion just challenges the board better because the 1/4 gets value traded by Aya and other
Yeah,
stuff.
true.
So what's it gonna be, Tyrion? He's hovering over True Silver, so he's gotta decide soon. Rope
Yeah,
is
rope
burning. So doing this, I guess he'll... Okay, not
With the
this year.
Stonehill, yeah, Stonehill.
So he has hardly any time to choose. I hope he got the attack in with the...
Before doing that.
Oh my gosh, he
Whoa,
missed the attack.
he missed the attack.
Is this a DC or that's... Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was just an honest to goodness mistake.
Oh my gosh. So now Switch is in a very awkward position. He didn't get that crucial 11 damage with the True Silver and
Yeah.
12 even with the Murloc. So yeah,
Yeah.
Oabylo can swing this back pretty nicely. I suppose you take the...
And he gets a perfect taunt minion too.
Yeah, you can go 3/3 into the 7/5 and then Primordial Drake and trade the Jade Spirit into the 1/4 and then you can still kill the Steed with Aya and
Yeah.
still have a 4/2 on board, I think. So that seems really clean to me.
Yeah, like a really good draw for Oabylo here, and there we go. That is indeed the play for him.
I mean, I don't see the... Like, he can nourish after he has the board, so you have nothing to worry about. Tarim isn't a threat. Okay, this feels like a strictly worse... No, it's not strictly worse because then
Oh, wait,
he will...
nourish.
Oh, okay. I thought he was gonna play the Drake. I'm confused, but...
This goes
so
for
this
the nourish.
way...
So.
Is he also gonna not attack? Okay. Well, maybe he
No, he
just
gets
didn't
another
need to.
Drake.
So, True Silver in here. I feel like this has to be a Tarim turn.
Even if he's behind on board.
Yeah, I mean...
It's an very awkward Tarim.
I mean, it will mostly debuff his opponent's minions and buff his own.
At
So,
least, yeah.
I can see it. So, you True Silver the 1/4, and then you can Tarim and then buff your Murlocs with the Cold Light Seer. Okay, the Consec only kills actually nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't
So,
kill anything, but
it
he
lets
does
him
be
kill
able
the...
to trade off with the Murlocs, I guess, with the
Yeah.
Silverhand Murlocs.
Okay, I can see this. So the 2/6 goes into the 1/2, then True Silver into 5/3, and then he gets one value trade and one trade into the 3/1.
Yeah.
So this sets up for a better Taram in the following turn.
And board control, so yeah, pretty good turn actually.
Okay, so Drake is still pretty strong for oabylo here. Just put the 3/1 in the 2/5, and then he can clear everything except the 1/1. Okay, doing it this way means that Taram will be stronger, a lot stronger. Wow, he actually does this trade for Switch, and I don't know why.
And there we go. There's as best a Tarim turn as any.
Yep. Is it gonna be Hero Power or Tarim and then Blessing of Kings? I think it's Tarim and then Blessing. There's
Blessing it. Yeah, Tarim and then Blessing. He gets the more value of it rather than Hero Powering first.
yeah, and then so he will Blessing one of his minions, I guess the Taunt, to go through the Jade Behemoth, and then you can just go face for 9. Okay, yeah, doing it this. I mean, I would really like to see the Blessing come
There
down
we
and
go.
just go face, and I don't even mind the True Silver going face. Wait, this actually
That's lethal,
My
that's
bad.
lethal, that is lethal.
Okay, slow casters are slow. So, well played to switch there,
Well,
holding
yeah.
out for really good Taram, and I
And-
think oabylo missed some pretty good Primordial Drakes there that would have sealed the game in his favor.
Yeah, a bit of a misplay from him, but yeah, draws the game now 1-1. So
So
much closer game than the last one.
both paladins out of the way now, so I'm not sure what else Switch brought. And I'm still trying to figure out what I was talking about dun sa Murloc Ward Leader. Like sometimes when it
with the
dies,
stat.
the health still stays high, right? But
Oh yeah.
but that's if it's like,
But is it always consistently like that? Sometimes.
I think it depends if the minion is damaged or not, and
Oh, okay.
whether I will have to double check
Yeah.
that before
Like,
I talk about it.
It does
next
get
time.
pretty confusing though.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they survive these board clears that should have killed them. So yeah, war leaders. Well, Murlocs in general, you'll never really understand them.
So it's gonna be a
A
Jade
Jade.
Druid Mirror, or is Switch bringing Aggro Druid? Oh, it's Aggro Druid. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So Aggro should be favored here, but oabylo has double Wrath. That's not too bad. I would definitely keep one of them. Not sure if you keep both, but I would toss Jade Spirit and Feral Rage. So Switch has the fabled Vate Fledgling turn 1, but oabylo has Wrath to deal with it, thankfully. So did he keep his entire hand? Wow.
Yeah, he did keep it.
That really surprises me. Jade Spirit is super slow in this matchup.
Yeah, he does go for the vicious fledgling
I don't know what
on
Feral Rage
turn 1.
Also
Not
does.
scared
yeah.
at all of a possible wrath.
I mean, as aggro druid, you always have to take this risk. I don't think you can afford to play around Wrath, so unlucky for Switch that it's there.
Yeah, and he has 2 of them too, so you know.
So Switch wants to draw 1 drop to go with this. Not there, so I guess he just plays the Raven. Then oabylo, he could go for the Wrath on this again to prevent something like Mark of Yasharaj
Oh,
value.
but he doesn't.
Yeah. So this is in respect for a second fledgling, which, to be fair, I wouldn't have played around that, but he does, and he will get rewarded. So
Greatly.
definitely fledgling here, I'd say. Yeah.
Fledgling, and unfortunately for Switch, the wrath will be there to take him out the next turn. But there will be that 1 mana unused. But you wouldn't really mind, right?
Yeah, he could actually play Feral Rage if he wants to, just to be more mana efficient, because the way his curve works out, it's gonna be a 4 drop next turn, and then he could go Blossom plus Wrath. So now the hand is a bit more clunky, but I can understand not wanting to take the damage either. Like Feral Rage is super useful as armor later on. So just gonna be Jade Spirit here. This looks really weak on turn 4. And Switch has a Bittertide Hydra. So
And he can actually innervate the wolf as well out if he wants to clear his hand.
yeah, I mean, Innervate in aggro druid gets worse the longer it's in hand,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't mind.
You
it.
wouldn't really mind, exactly. And he's just pressuring the board really well right now.
Yeah, and I don't see much reason to trade. Like, you go face in this
Yeah,
situation.
always go face, as well as buff the Tar Creeper with that Dire Wolf as well. But he's still thinking about it though.
What could he want Innervate for?
Oh,
Maybe if he wants to get living mana, then Vate a buff, but it's not in hand, so I would just.
I would have liked the innervate direwolf though. Yeah.
So Switch thinking about trading now. He could even bait hero power, but I don't think it's worth it either. So since Wild Pyro is in Wabilo's deck, it kind of makes sense to trade the 1/1 because like it's the one extra damage that you don't get. Because if you have Pyro, then you can trade the 1/1 first.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like getting bonus damage. So that's the only reason I can think of for trading here.
He really heroping now.
Yeah, wow.
Doesn't even actually make the
like there
attack.
might be some internet problems for Switch here. That seems very uncharacteristic of him.
Is the internet that bad?
Yeah, so best he can do here is like Feral Rage to get rid of this Star Creeper and then trade into the 2/2. I guess you would bait the Blossom just to have more mana in the following turns, but this Bitter Tide's gonna go face. Wow, he's actually gonna...
What?
I don't understand that turn, to be honest. He traded...
Two very... Wabilo and Switch are playing very...
strangely.
Yeah, strangely.
Okay, so Patches is still in deck for Switch. So he can draw that out, have the Dire Wolf, and buff the Patches. Although the positioning makes it so that the buff won't be rippling because the Patches isn't in the middle.
Yeah.
So if he wants the Dire Wolf to get a value trade on the 2/2...
No, Switch has gone. What? You see that?
Which has gone offline? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I saw Switch has gone
the
offline.
DCs! Oh no!
So he really did disconnect from the last turn.
Yeah, and probably on that Paladin game as well where he missed a lot of damage.
How unfortunate. Is there a way to like figure out where your Patches is gonna land?
It's always on the rightmost of your board.
So you can never... Oh.
Yeah.
But if you play the Dire Wolf first. Or you can play the Dire Wolf after if you want the Patches buff.
Yeah,
like
you can. But then you won't have anything to the rightmost.
There we go.
Switch, I don't know what are. I think the protocol says that Wabilo gets that win, but that was really unfortunate because Switch seemed pretty ahead there.
Yeah. Wow, what a shame.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what Wabilo wanted to do. Maybe like with Wild Pyro and then the double Feral Rage and this Innervate, like you can get lots of damage on the Hydra because the Pyro deals one at a time. But it would just die after 2 spells.
Yeah,
so
it wouldn't last. The Wild Pyro wouldn't have lasted.
I really did not understand that trade into the Tar Creeper. Just kind of gave Switch a trade that he wanted for free. But doesn't matter because of DCs. Also, Wabilo goes up 2-1 and we're waiting on word of whether Switch can reconnect on time.
So, yeah. Not easily, I mean, it easily could have gone both ways, but yeah, with Switch ahead, you really wouldn't have expected him to just DC like that, but yeah, how unfortunate.
It's just what you get for Philippine internet sometimes.
I mean, Hearthstone isn't even the most date bandwidth heavy game.
For sure. That's part of the reason. Which, you know, on ladder, queuing up a top 100 game and then you just lose for no reason. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes you are just not blessed that way. The internet lines in this country are really faulty.
So while we're waiting, I guess we're just gonna plug some social media again, guys. Please like our Facebook page at Mobile Esports Arena and follow our Twitch at MeSA Official and subscribe to YouTube.
Yeah, subscribe.
Yeah, at MeSA Official also.
That's where you can watch the highlights of our previous tournament. So, you know, if you didn't have the time to tune in, as you are thankfully tuning in now, you can just head on over to the YouTube and watch the best clips from the last tournaments.
Yep. We can pretend to be YouTubers now.
Yeah.
Check in the description box down below.
Press subscribe.
So it looks like we're gonna take a short break while we're waiting for things to get back.
Okay.
Okay, welcome back, guys. We just have an update on the Switch versus Wabilo game. So unfortunately, Switch actually did get disconnected. So as per our tournament rules, if a player gets disconnected, the other player who's still in the game has the jurisdiction on whether to say he'll take the game or he'll give the other player a rematch. So oabylo said that we'll wait for Switch for another 5 minutes to see if he can get back into the game. And it has been 5 minutes and Switch has not reconnected, so that means that oabylo gets the game and the score is now 2-1.
So we're gonna wait for another 5 minutes for Switch to try and return for a game 4. If Switch is still not online, then oabylo will take the series.
Yeah, at 3-1. So pretty unfortunate for
Yeah,
Switch.
but that is how we roll in the Philippines.
Yeah. There's additional challenges to the game. We can put it that way, I guess.
RNG. Some RNG you can't control as well.
Yeah, so we'll be back again in 5 minutes to give you guys an update. Alright, everybody, we're back, and it seems that Switch was unable to reconnect. So that means that oabylo takes the series 3-1.
Unfortunate as it may be.
I mean,
Yeah, those are the rules, and we have to abide by them.
so that means we'll be casting our next series very soon. I think it will be between Kara Cute and... Do you remember the other
No, I
person?
cannot remember the other name.
Tupe?
Tupe.
Tupe. Okay. Sorry.
Okay, so it's Tupe, or maybe Tupe.
Sorry, Tupe. Alright, sorry. Okay, corny jokes aside, I think
Yeah.
we'll take another 5 minutes before that starts.
3 minutes.
3 minutes, so we'll be right back, guys.